Hey guys, it's Naira. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. What's up? So I am still in quarantine / isolation, like I know a lot of us are, and we're not all doing great. It's hard to feel great about yourself and feel your best in these very weird circumstances. So I wanted to sit down and film a video just talking about confidence. I give you guys 4 of like my biggest pieces of advice, maybe 5. Was it 4 or 5? I don't know. I can't count. I told you guys some of my biggest tips and pieces of advice for just feeling the most confident and feeling the most like yourself. And yeah, if you guys want to see this look and hear me talk, then keep watching. I'm super excited to like do some really cute makeup and talk to you guys. I have like an eyeshadow look in mind and I hope it looks good. All right, let's jump into this. Now, the first point I want to make about confidence is it is so important to make sure that you are basing your self-confidence off of more than your looks. If you have confidence that is just surface level, you will never fully appreciate yourself, and that's not fair to you. Not only that, but confidence that is only attached to what you look like is not true confidence at all. You are so much more than your skin color, than your facial features, than your body type. You're so much more than that. Your self-worth should be partially attached to what you look like. I'm not going to pretend that it's not important to love what you look like, because it definitely is. But it also should be attached to what you have accomplished, what you want to accomplish, the type of person that you are, the people that you surround yourself with. It's like you should feel proud about yourself, or you should aim at least to feel proud about yourself in every aspect of life, and then the confidence will come. If you're pretty but you have friends that put you down, and you're tolerating relationships that don't make you happy and make you feel miserable and drained, and you don't feel fulfilled in your work life, it's like, how confident can you really be? Like, yeah, you're pretty, but you got stuff to work out. I love the person that I see when I look in the mirror, but so much of my confidence comes from my personality and like my spirit and knowing who I am. I love that I'm generous more than I love what I look like, you know? I love that I'm kind and that I don't treat people how they treat me when I'm being treated poorly, more than I love anything about myself on a surface level. So yeah, I definitely wanted my first point to be a reminder that confidence and feeling good about yourself has to be like deeper than surface level, or it's not real confidence. A great way to build like your inner confidence is to find the things that you like about yourself and figure out how to amplify them and how to really appreciate them. If you're a generous person, then you know, figure out ways you can help your community or help even your friends, your family, you know, how you can give back. It will make you feel so much better about yourself. Not only that, but everybody has problems that they need to deal with. And I promise you that if you have unhealed trauma, you're gonna have to take care of that. Like, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. You cannot out-achieve. You cannot outperform childhood trauma. Like, it's not possible. You can't do it, so don't try. You're gonna have to deal with the things that haunt you, and you will feel so much more confident once you do, because things that are invisible but they're always in your mind take a toll on you that you probably don't even notice and won't even notice until it's gone. And it sounds scary, but like, that's real. You're gonna have to do the inner work if you really want to feel confident. You're gonna have to do the mental side of it too, because if you have created an ugly duckling narrative for yourself because of trauma or something like that, no amount of makeup, no amount of boyfriends, no amount of friends is going to undo what trauma did to make you see yourself a certain way. So if your insecurities / lack of confidence is trauma related at all, go to therapy. I know not everybody can afford therapy, so, you know, buy self-help books or you know, access self-help information on the internet even. That's free, you know what I mean? Because I know not everybody can afford therapy. This next tip is major, like major key for me personally. This is like where a lot of my confidence stems from, this next one. My next tip is to do and wear and say and act how you like. Be careful about following trends and doing things just for like outside approval and outside validation, and wearing things just for validation and just because you think other people will like it. That is so dangerous. And like, if you truly want to be confident, stay away from that. And there's a few reasons why. The first one is outside validation is temporary, and that can be really damaging. If you're wearing something or acting a certain way that is not comfortable for you to impress other people, you're going to be around those other people, what, a few hours a day, but you have to live with yourself 24/7. So at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you're doing what's pleasing to you, because you have to live with all your decisions, not the people you're trying to impress. At some point, those people won't be there to validate you, and now you've done all that for what? You've acted differently than you actually are. You've worn things that you're not actually comfortable in. You've like changed things about yourself for temporary validation. Whereas if you were being your authentic self, you would feel liberated and you would get the validation from yourself, from within. And that's not damaging. Getting validation from other people can be damaging because it is always temporary. A good example of that is, look at how fast people turn on celebrities. Like one day people love Kim Kardashian, one day people love Kylie Jenner, one day people love certain celebrities, and then they do literally one thing and everyone's turning their back on them. So like, just remember that outside validation is scary because it can be taken away from you at any time. If you're building your confidence on that, your confidence will be weak. Don't wear something or buy something just because it's trending. Like if it's trending and it's cute and you like it, like, you know what I mean? Then that's different. But like, do not waste your money buying things just because it's trending and you think that when you post it, a lot of people will like your picture on Instagram. Like, girl, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Because if you don't personally like it, you won't feel good in it. And then what's the point? Other people like it on you, but if you don't like it, literally what is the point? What was it all for? But yeah, at a very young age, I grew out of the whole, I'm gonna do this because other people are doing it, or I'm gonna do this because it's trending, or that's what's cool. Like, I just do not care. I think I cared maybe for a year. Maybe my 6th grade year, I cared a little bit. After that, like, from a very young age, I was like, I do not care, love. And I really accredit all of my, or a lot of my confidence to that. Okay, I did foundation and concealer off camera just because sometimes I feel like that's like boring or like repetitive to watch. Like, y'all see people do that literally all the time, so I did it off camera. All right, on to my next point. My next point, y'all really got to take note of this one because this is a word. Stop taking criticism from people that you wouldn't go to for advice. Ever thought of that? If you truly value someone and what they have to offer and what they have to say to you, you would go to them for advice. Which means you also, if you respect what they have to say that much, should be open to their criticism. However, why would you allow criticism and allow anyone to make you feel insecure about yourself or make you overthink yourself or whatever if you wouldn't even go to them for like positive reassurance or like for guidance? Like, then it's like, okay, what do they know? A huge part of being confident is like learning how to block out negativity and outside opinion, and that to me is like the easiest way to put it. It's so much easier to not care what someone has to say when you realize that you wouldn't go to them for advice on anything. And that's not to say don't respect people's opinions or don't listen to constructive criticism, but if you would not go to that person for advice, maybe take it with a grain of salt, you know? Don't take it to heart or just put things into perspective, because it's so easy to allow someone's opinion of you, even if you don't even care about the person. Like, isn't it so crazy how someone can say one thing to you, someone that you don't even like, or someone you don't even respect, or even just a stranger, someone can say something to you and then it creates an insecurity. And now something that you didn't even acknowledge before, something you didn't even let bother you before, has become an insecurity because someone else said so. Just remember that everybody thinks they're a critic. Everybody thinks they know everything, or they can offer advice unsolicited. And you know, it's not always malintended. Not always, because sometimes people are just trying to be nasty. Like, you know, we all know somebody like that. It's not always malintended, but just know what you will and will not allow yourself to consume. And my last point for confidence is compare culture will kill your confidence, so don't let it. We have moved into a society that like is kind of obsessed with compare culture. Like, that's what Instagram is, right? It's like one big show and tell, and it's like everybody's comparing themselves to everybody else. And a lot of people need to be reminded that just because she's beautiful doesn't mean you aren't. Not only is, you know, life not a competition, but there is not a finite amount of beauty. Everybody in the world is beautiful, and there's enough of that to go around. Just because you think somebody is pretty, it does not mean that you are not pretty. Just because you like somebody's outfits or their style or whatever, does not mean that you fail in comparison, because there should be no comparison. The saying, comparison is the thief of joy, really is so true. Like, if you want to be happy with yourself and confident, stop comparing yourself to people, because there's always going to be somebody that you think is prettier, that you think dresses better than you, that you think is funnier than you. And that's because we're our harshest critics. So we're always looking to improve, and we're always trying to draw inspiration from other people. And that's appropriate, but there's a time and a place. Like, please remember that social media is deceiving, and it's easy to compare yourself to pretty girls on the internet because that's all you see. But you have to remember, nobody's posting themselves at their worst. You know, nobody's posting themselves when they look a mess or when they don't feel super confident. So it's easy to feel inadequate. Don't be on Instagram like, oh my God, that girl looks so happy, I'm so jealous. Like, there's nothing to be jealous about. It's not a competition. You can be just as happy as she is. Just because she's happy and because she's pretty doesn't mean it takes away from your happiness or your beauty. And my last tip for you guys is fake it till you make it. Like, honestly, even when you don't feel confident, even when you don't feel beautiful, even when you don't feel worthy, you need to act like it, because it's psychological. Like, it literally is. If you act like you're the most beautiful girl in the world, even on the days that you don't feel like it, you eventually will begin to adapt to that way of thinking. And that's really important. Mindset. People say this about everything. People say this about working out, about eating healthy, about addiction. Mindset is 50% of the battle. And that is like, that's the truth, even with stuff like this. Like, you have to start moving into the mindset of nobody can touch you. Ta-da! Here's the finished look. You know what? I was going to put like some little like crystals, like rhinestones on this look, but I think it looks really beautiful like this, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to touch it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed talking with me. I hope I gave you guys some good words of advice, something that you can use. If you did like this video, then like, comment, subscribe, all that, and follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.